The Central Club.
Do you need a work uniform? Want to start a clothing brand? Or maybe you have a football kit that needs a logo printed? Well, if I was you, I'd get in touch with the Re-Inspire Printing Company down Treforest Industrial Estate for the finest printing and embroidery in Wales. I use them for my custom-made mankini, but you could use them for t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and many, many other things. Have you moved on yet, mate? In the car sense? Replace that old model with a fresh new whip, but now your ex is threatening to scrape your keys through it? Or maybe you just want to protect that new paint job from grime and dirt damage. Well, if I was you, I'd get yourself over to Unit 4 Keypoint, Cardiff, CF24 5HF. Services include paint protection film, ceramic coatings, vehicle wrappings, and car detailing. Customer packages available for track bikes and cars. Now, I don't drive, so I'm certainly going to get my bike done. Tough Films Limited. Get in touch. What's going on, people? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by the Kaleidoscope Project and Mr. Crane Locks. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, comment in the comment box, and subscribe to the club. Today, we have a very special guest. I'm very grateful to have this man down, as I feel like this one's long overdue with the amount of requests we've had. He's a local legend and a gifted athlete born and raised in the seaside town of Barry. This man has won World Championship medals on more than one occasion and is even representing Team GB in the 2012 Olympics, which branded him a one to watch alongside Anthony Joshua and other rising stars. There's no two doubts about it. If you see this man in action, he is one of the most gifted boxers to ever grace not just our country, but probably the world. Now, 10 years later, people would have bet their houses on him winning world titles, but as we all know, life doesn't always go how we expect sometimes. And he's here today to talk about the highs and lows in and out of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you Andrew Selby and personal mentor Clayton Smith.
Welcome on, lads.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice for having us on, guys.
No,
really
thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
How are you? All good?
Good.
Yeah, good, man. Training hard twice a day. Getting thinner, getting fitter. Obviously, I tear two muscles, one in my chest, one in my arm. But I'm still running every day, and I'll be back to we're starting sparring next Saturday.
Nice.
Good. It's good to hear. Thank you for coming down, guys,
Yeah,
to both
nice
of
one,
you,
guys.
honestly. How was your Christmas? Obviously, we had you down for the Christmas special. You only had 15 minutes, but it got you in there. Like, did you have a nice Christmas, guys?
Quiet.
Yeah, mine was quite quiet, to be honest. I went up my boys, give them his presents and stuff, stayed there for a few hours. And literally, I was home by 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. I'm watching TV, Christmas film.
That's the way. Home Alone?
I was.
I don't know.
The film Home Alone.
No, I was home alone watching Only Fools and Horses.
That's the way. I don't think
the Christmas special.
Fair
Is
man.
it?
It's the best.
Yeah.
You've got to have it. You've got to watch Only
yeah.
Fools on Christmas.
Class.
Well, listen, what we do with the majority of our guests, we take it back to the start, obviously, and it's no different to you. And I'd like to go straight in, really, with to the people who don't know, who was a young Andrew Selby growing up in the town of Barry?
A shy kid. I used to live up to Colquitt. They used to have a block of flats called the Square. It was for like the pub, probably. We used to live on top of shops and that. And then I was 8 years old. My brothers started boxing, then I followed them. And from there, we had to run to school. My dad would be on his bike. We'd run home from school. And then my mum would cook us our food for tea. And bam, straight to boxing. Then we'd come home, we would have half hour out, and we would have to be back in then. So it was a strict routine as a kid.
How many siblings did you have?
It was 5 of us, 2 sisters, 2 brothers. My eldest brother passed away 2008.
Yeah, sorry to hear about
Rest
that.
in peace.
Obviously,
That's all right.
you have another brother, Lee, as well, who's
Yeah.
obviously boxing as well. So you've come from a talented family. So would your mum and your dad teach you from young
Yeah,
to become a boxer?
he was strict on us. All he wanted us to do was boxing. But as a kid, I always had this funny hate for him. But now, as I realise I'm older, it was for the best, to keep us off the streets. And that's all I want for my kid now. So really, I actually thank my father for that.
Yeah, you
So-
see now in his, being in his shoes now as a father yourself, you probably understand where he's coming from.
Yeah,
And
I totally understand now. And my boy's 3, and I took him in the gym about 2 weeks ago. to see if he was any good, but he's a bit too young now. But he's always saying, "Dad, I'm going to be a world champion."
No.
So
Yeah. So what was Barry like then growing up? So did you go to school? Was you like was you a good kid in school? Was you a troublemaker?
in primary school, everyone's a good kid. Went to high school. I'll tell you something quite funny. My dad used to keep me home most times because we used to do the markets together. We'd go to car boot sales and we would find something cheap so we could always double or triple our money. And I'd do that, and then next week I'd go to school with like a grand tucked in my sock. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't do my GCSEs because
That's education in itself.
Yeah, I was about 15,
Yeah.
16,
Yeah,
I think.
entrepreneur, isn't it?
Yeah, 15, 16, around when you're doing your GCSEs. And because I was picked for Wales boxing, I didn't do my GCSEs. Just went all over the world boxing then. That was
The
my
rest
money
was
maker.
history.
And the rest is history.
Obviously, Clayton, you're from Barry as well. Did you know of Andrew and his family when he was growing up as a
I'm
kid?
very friendly with his father. Also, I used to box myself, so I've always keeping an eye out for him.
Yeah. So looking back at Andrew as a young kid, did you always know that he would have been a talented boxer growing up?
Well, going back about 17 years ago, I remember I was in the Libs. His father came in the pub. I think I'd had about 8 pints of Cronenberg, which they were strong in there. Anyway, next thing I know, he's come in and he's asked me, does he want to come and spar with the boys? Next thing I know, I was skipping in a gym, not mentioning no names. And I sparred with Lee and Andrew, and I said that day, if I'd put a bet on, I would have been a multi-millionaire, that Lee and Andrew will both become world champions.
Well, so it was evident from early life.
Yeah, believe
Yeah.
talent. The thing is with them, what they got, the pair of them, is you're born with it. You know, you can't learn it. You can't learn it overnight. Do you know what I mean?
So look, obviously, listen, everyone has their conversation. When you're brothers, there's natural competition anyway, innit? When you're brothers. Obviously, you two different weight classes.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's so much competition, like who's best, who's not. But every time people talk about the Selby brothers, they always talk about how Lee like lives his life strict. He's very fit. Like, obviously, what is that like as a brother? Like, did you always feel like you had to try and like prove yourself to people, or?
No, I've always been very proud of my brother. I've never had no jealousy there or nothing. Just proud because he deserves what he got. Because like he went through a stage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We both lost our brother. He went through a stage, and then he went on a mad one for a month. And ever since then, he's never touched a drop of alcohol. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was never any competition, and I got half of my skillness from my brother because he used to hit harder than me. He wouldn't go as hardest, but it would be hard, and I'd get on the ring sometimes and cry, and that made me tougher. So yeah, so I just want to thank him if anything.
Yeah, that's nice. Are you older than Lee, or is Lee older?
No, 18 months difference. He's older. He's born on Valentine's Day. I'm born Christmas Day.
Love a boy.
Yeah, it's mad.
What so obviously you was in the Team GB in 2012. Obviously your brother passed away in 2008. Did you say?
Yeah.
Like, how was you feeling going into the London 2012 Olympics? Because obviously we'll go into it about how you say you've gone off the rails from like family members passing. Like, did it affect you at all at that time in 2012, or did you kind of get over your brother's death at that time?
Yeah, I was learning to do over it. You'll never ever get over a family member's death. But I was learning to get over it. And to be honest, when the Olympics come, my brother weren't on my mind. Only when I prayed before a fight. Every time I prayed before a fight, I mentioned my brother. And I was really happy because my mum come to watch, and she never used to watch me fight. And she come to the Olympics. 10,000 people screaming at me. And I actually earned my mum, I thought. Do you know what I mean? I thought I heard her. And that was amazing for me. And now that's one of my biggest achievements.
Looking back at the Olympics, could you like talk through a bit of, to the people like watching, like what kind of that experience was for you? What did it teach you in life?
Not to gamble. Do you want to hear a story?
Yeah.
I was, I got to the quarterfinals and I'm boxing this Cuban, right? And he won the gold. He had best boxer tournament as well. But before that fight, me and my mate, Fred Evans, he won a silver. We were in a casino for
Is
that
he from
fight.
Cardiff? Fred Evans, yeah.
And me and Fred were in a casino for that fight, which we should be in bed resting. And I lost 8 grand. 8 grand. Then I went and fought that Cuban and I lost. So that was terrible. So don't gamble.
So you think the loss was because of the gambling? Like,
it just took my mind off it. But it's no excuse for the loss. That guy was unbelievable. But I got to meet Ryan Giggs. He was in the same building as us. I got to meet Usain Bolt. It was just amazing.
What was he like?
Savage.
Usain Bolt, well, as soon as he got off the bus, you can imagine about 1 million people run up to him. But I managed to get there first. I was fit. But yeah, it was just, I'd always remember it. Like.
yeah, well,
it was just great.
It was
Lovely.
it was a proud time, weren't it? Because obviously, I think the 2012 was London Olympics, but it was
British.
obviously you had the British Olympics, weren't it? Because you had like football matches in Cardiff being played and that. So it must have been a proud thing representing your.
Oh yeah, I was a superstar in Barry. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Not only Barry.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
not
no,
only
but,
Barry, mate.
But at the same time, it was pressure because everyone thought Andrew Selby, he's number 1 in the world. He's going to win a gold, and that got to my head. And obviously, I couldn't please everyone.
Yeah. On paper, he was a search for the gold. On paper, you know what I mean? So.
Do you know you had obviously that sort of pressure? How was you learning to deal with that?
I think it's just when they call your name and everyone's chanting your name, you think I'm unbeatable. Do you know what I mean? The adrenaline kicks in, and bam, I just went with the crowd.
Yeah.
Not focusing on myself. I was trying to please everyone else, and that's what I've done most of my career. Try to please everyone else, but now I'm thinking, fuck everyone else. Sorry for the language,
Do
but
it for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm concentrating on myself. I want to make my boy happy. Even my 2 daughters I don't get to see. I want to make them happy when they're 16. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think before the Olympics then you was like this poster boy, you know, Andrew Selby, great athlete, concentrating on boxing, and then after the Olympics, that's when you kind of like dipped in form and lose love for the sport of boxing? Because you even said on interviews like, I don't even like this sport, and you've even said, you know,
it was because of the pressure and everyone telling me, like, even when I used to go into a nightclub, which everyone does when they're in their 20s, I'd have a pint in my hand and some drunk would come up to me spitting in my face, what are you doing drinking? I'd be like, what are you doing drinking? So I mean, in the end it got to my head, so I thought, you know, I hate boxing, I can't even go out and have a drink. But I wish I didn't even go out in the first place, because that drinking got excessive with obviously the family losses and stuff. And well, everyone should know hiding behind alcohol is
depressive.
It makes you feel tough as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all the anxiety goes, but it's not the way.
Did you ever have any fights with people and that, like on the alcohol in pubs and stuff?
No, do you know what? I didn't fight when I was out. When I drink, I'm alright. It's just if I'm hurt and I drink, and then the bad person comes out, which it happens in everyone.
So the times you went when you went off the rails, you'd sort of say drinking and that. Was this in Barry? Would it be in Barry all the time?
Yeah, it don't be Barry. I wouldn't go Cardiff Club, and I didn't really like it. Do you know what I mean? But in Barry, I used to think, oh yeah, I'm a celeb. Do you know what I mean?
The celebrity of Barry,
I'd walk into one club, and 5 minutes later, after I've done my drink, I'd be in the back lane with someone. So, do you know what I mean?
With a woman, you mean?
Yeah, everyone wanted me. Like, I'd be in the back lane with someone.
Yeah.
There's
Just
another
done
girl
whatever you
phoned me.
wanted,
2 seconds, I'll be there now.
Some nice girls in Barry as well,
yeah.
innit? Some nice
But, like,
girls.
that
I ain't saying nothing.
but that weren't me. That's what people made me become.
Yeah.
Then obviously load of karma at me then, because I weren't the best. Like, you shouldn't be sleeping with a girl and then sleep with someone else. But they threw themselves at me. I'm just, all I want to be now is a family man, and obviously because of that fame, it made me a bad person.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. So
When you're in the public eye anyway, people are looking for that downfall if you're in there. Do you know what
that's
I mean?
it. Yeah.
Clay, obviously, like you said, he was in Barry. You're from Barry, family friend. We were saying backstage about how, like, if you had your own way, could you tell the people what you said, like, you know?
Well, about a fine example, like, and like when I boxed for my country, right, we had to give our tracksuits back, type of thing. Andrew would now, since the Olympics, they've been how can I put it?
Looked after.
They've looked after massively.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
They're paying you.
Every sport we're going, every
rugby.
Sports a way out for younger people anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since the Olympics, like the money's being put into it. Like,
Yeah, of course. It's
I mean,
There's a lot of refunding now. So like back when Clayton was training,
well,
they didn't have nothing.
We had to give our tracksuits back.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? In like,
Yeah, it's got your initials on it as well.
Yeah.
We'll peel that off, like, and give it to someone else.
Yeah.
in like team,
Hopefully they find someone with the same initials.
yeah.
Sorry, Anne, go on. Sorry.
Oh no, like on Team GB and that, they give you like proper running shoes, like
Yeah, what was the Olympics
which
like?
It feels like you're walking on the moon or something. Back when he was training, he would have to run in boots or something. So I mean,
Fucking
Your
hell.
own
Well,
as
he's
well.
it was
You'd
hardcore.
have to
But
get-
Team GB, yeah, it was great. They looked after you. I was having money in the bank every month, tax free. I was away from Barry, but at the time you hate it because
It's
you're
work.
young. Because you're young,
yeah.
but it's made me the fighter I am today.
Yeah.
Because multi-nations come over to spar us, and believe it or not, if you ask Rob McCracken, I used to get battered every day by all these countries. They were like clapping their hands. I want him next.
Really?
Yeah, and then Rob would laugh his head off and that, all the team would. But then when they draw me in a fight, they're like, yes, we got Selby. I'd smash him. And then Rob's like this, scratching his head. How does he do this? And he's even
That's what he said to me.
He said to Clayton then, like, I was the best boxer he's ever seen. He said it to a few people. But I never believed in myself, like. But now I'm watching back on videos now, and I'm thinking, it's not too late. I still, like, he's seen me sparring, I'm slipping shots with ease and stuff.
Class
I still
act.
got it, like.
So those people who do
Which is
say
a
that,
blessing.
those people who would say, listen, Andrew Selby, he's had his chance, you know, he's had comebacks over and over again, you know, or injuries. Like, what do you say to those people?
Pardon? Sorry,
So
I was
those
in my
people,
mode.
that's what I made. So the people who are out there who will say like, well, Andrew Selby's saying he's on his comeback, he's had his chances,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
30. Like, what would you say to those people?
Well, what Andrew got is you're born with. You can't learn it overnight. He's a lord. He's a lord of the ring. Believe.
Yeah. And I've just turned 33 now. And Sonny Edwards, he's world champion now. He just beat one last year. He beat the African who was 38, and he'd had that title for like 10 years.
Wow.
So if I fought that African, I don't think he can land a punch on me. And if he's world champion at 38, I can win 2 or 3 titles by then.
Million times.
I did, because I've never believed in myself. I'm starting to believe in myself. I'm because I pulled a tier 2 muscles. I can't punch yet. I'm saying to Clay, I can't wait to punch Clay. Usually it's like I can't wait to get home. So I mean,
Do you think it's a bit of not believing in yourself and you couldn't be bothered as well? Like, because like you said, I fell out of love with the sport. Like,
yeah, there was the pressure that made
Everything.
me fall out of it. It was, if people was telling me I was crap, I would have loved it and I would have thrived off that. The pressure pushed me away from boxing. It was the
you
pressure.
think you took your eye off the ball when everyone
Yeah, it's like
hails you?
I couldn't, like, because I did used to go to pubs and that a lot. Like, we do Monday to Thursday in Sheffield. I train Friday. Sometimes I wouldn't. I'd go straight to the pub. And it was just constant, oh, you shouldn't be drinking. Do you know what I mean? It's not much as I wanted to drink anyway. It's even if I was in the pub, what are you doing here? I'd be like, what are you doing there? And like, so it just drove me completely.
Sorry, yeah,
it just drove
turn
me
it up,
complete-
and like that's it. Yeah.
completely away from boxing, so I could actually
I'll have the money later.
go out and have a meal. Yeah, when I win my first fight, I buy it back.
Yeah, good man.
Do you know what? Anyway, on my first fight, I'm going to sort you out some tickets, all of you.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you, mate. Yeah.
No, you've been great to me, guys, and do you know what I mean?
Nah, listen, we've wanted to get you down
Yeah.
anyway, like, but the fact that like you're starting to believe in yourself. You've got the likes of Clayton, who just seems like he ain't letting you out of his hands. You know, he ain't letting you out of sight now, like, which is good. So, you know, hopefully we can all get behind you, and
That's
Yeah,
it, man. This is
thanks,
for
guys.
like you need to start like putting yourself out.
But you know
there
what?
more.
But everyone
Yeah,
does.
man.
They
But you know
do.
what though? Even if you don't go back to boxing, the fact that you're sorting your head out anyway,
Yeah.
that's all
it,
that
man.
matters.
That's
like.
the dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I still struggle every day. Everyone struggles, but they don't tell anyone.
No.
Do you
I
still
mean?
drink now? Or
No, I haven't drank
Kicked it
in over a
fully.
year now.
How did you manage to kick it? Like, if you were so
Um,
bad on it, what? How did you get off?
I've been in rehab 3 times. Well, and the last time every time I was drinking, I was spewing and shitting, and
Alcohol's not a good good one to detox from.
I phoned up rehab, and they gave me a date, and it was months later, and it landed on my mother's birthday. So
saying something that
and that was not last November, the November before, and I made a promise. So
that's that power again.
Yeah.
Same as the bonsai tree. Same as the.
And that's the reason I got number 9 tattooed on my neck, because I went in on the 9th, and I am
Could you?
So beautiful, man.
I don't know if it's.
Thank you, man. Thanks a lot.
Couldn't write it, bro. It's literally.
That's it. It was mad. Everything's falling into place. And I'm not saying I deserve it, but it's about time. There's so many times I was going to give up. Like, do you know what I mean? Not give up boxing, give up on life, because everyone goes through that mental health, and they're too scared to speak. I'm okay to speak about it now, and hopefully, if people's watching, they can get something. That's twice now,
mate. I thought you was good with your hands.
I don't usually get it in boxing either, but obviously it's showing.
So,
can I just say one more thing?
Go on.
Since my last podcast, I've had so many people, I'm not going to say their names, I don't know who they are, on Instagram messaging me about mental health, and because they see my videos, and I've been helping them out, and that's to you two, thanks to you two guys, basically.
Yeah, thank you.
Worries, man.
Don't get too soppy.
I'm getting it daily. Honestly, daily.
Bro, your story is so inspiring,
it is.
bro. Do you know what I mean?
It's mad. I didn't.
You're on the level of like you know, if you came like we said.
He's lovely.
Just you sorting your life out now is what counts. You can relate to so many people, but you know, if you did go back to the boxing and that, your story would be greater than Tyson Fury's ever was.
I knew you were gonna say.
Yeah, and when 100%. Tyson Fury built his story out, I was thinking, you bugger. You nicked my story because mine was a million times worse. I just didn't want to tell it out.
You're still fighting your journey, mate.
Yeah,
You're still
going
through
it.
But
I was on Team GB with Tyson. What a nice man.
Was you?
So you managed to actually meet and chat with Tyson then, did you?
I remember we went to Ukraine and on Team GB. I had to share a room with Tyson Fury. He was a guy of many words. He wouldn't speak much. Yeah. So only when he turned pro, he spoke out. And obviously that must have been to do with his mental health, it was mainly his mental health, but the other reason is obviously you've got to talk. You've got to be this cocky person because you will get millions.
100%.
And everyone loves him, and I respect the guy. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. Before we go in a bit more, I want to just take it back a bit from before that point you went to rehab, yeah? What was the lowest point for you, would you say? What was your lowest point where you thought, like you said, I don't want to be here?
There's a couple, but there's two that sticks into my mind. There's one, I was drinking litres of vodka. Vodka was about that big, but I was getting a pint glass, filling it to about that much, 3/4 up, putting like that much orange juice in there, necking it, and then I'd wake up like 4 hours later. Then I'd FaceTime my sister, and with the glass, I'd try and boom, boom, boom 4 times, squirted everywhere. And I just woke up in an ambulance. And then another time,
what squirted everywhere?
Blood. I glassed myself like 4 times. You can see like little mini scars.
Yeah.
And but the bad thing is I FaceTimed my sister and done it. But I can't remember doing it. Like I was so fucked up.
Out of your brains.
And there was another one more, but it was many. But another one that reminds me, it got me kicked off my caravan site. I tried to drive off the cliff, but I hit a boulder and it turned the car and I hit a wall instead. So, but I'm not proud of it, but that's how bad I missed my mum, my brother, my daughters. Do you know what I mean? It just got to me.
What's your head?
That's it.
What was the when did you start thinking, right, I can't be depressed now, I've got to make a big change and just get my life back on track?
There was a few times after I tried driving off the cliff, my dad and my brother dragged me to my stag. I moved there with Daniel Chapman. He helped me out so much. And Adrian Sheeran, he lives up here. He's helped me out so much. He still helps me to today. Thank you, Adrian, if you're watching. And now me and Dan had a little tiff. Now I moved back to Barry. Now I thought then I had a bad toxic relationship, but I don't want to go into that. And everyone was just talking about me. And I look back on photos now, I even had braids. beard out there. So if I was walking through town,
you'd be scared to see
someone
you.
would flick a pound at me, like, do you know what I mean?
Really?
Here's a pasty, have a pasty.
It was that bad, was it?
Clayton, like, I would have to hide from Clayton, because if he'd see me, he'd cry his eyes out. Like, because Clayton's got true love for
all
me.
that talent.
Then I
Well,
just
it's the
thought,
same. It's like you're probably looking at a mirrored self of like a young version of you, aren't you?
Exactly. It's so similar because I lost my brother as well. Also, I was talented, but I wasn't born with his talent. It's a big difference. You know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't knock yourself that bad. I've seen
No,
some videos
I'm
of you, Clayton.
Yeah, I understand that, but the way he is, he's a lord. He's a lord in the ring.
What's
why I like
the
sparring.
relationship like? Like I know we said about your brother Lee. Yeah, you're happy for him. At these low points in your life, has your brother been there? Is like, how has he been?
my
dealing with
brother
it?
and my dad always tried to help me, but I'd avoid. I used to think I hated them. I used to think you're my enemies. I don't know why. I don't know. The beer got to my head. I don't know what it was, but they were only trying to look out for me. I was listening to the wrong people. I was listening to the people saying, "Oh, F them. Come on, let's go and buy some more beer." Do you know what I mean? But yeah, my relationship with my brother knows that I were playing chess together every day online.
I heard some cheating tactics that were going on.
Can I just say this?
Google's his moves.
my brother's going to be watching this, and he haven't beat me once. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Well,
Nah,
he
jokes.
the challenge,
I haven't beat him once. And I stopped speaking to my dad for like 2 years because I thought I hated him, but I never. And Clayton took me over to his house 2 weeks ago, and I seen him yesterday, and we're getting on. It's a bit awkward, but we're getting on.
They all need each other.
Yeah.
Especially now with these journey
100%.
coming back.
Well, I was going to say, did anyone support you at your worst? But it looks like you've had so many people all over in different stages.
I used to lock myself in the caravan, I did. I wouldn't let no one know. But sometimes I would have a caravan full with all the boys and girls partying.
Yeah, I can imagine
But
what that
family
caravan
members,
was like.
the caravan was rocking.
Caravan of love. What oh gosh, what was I going to say? Do you know what? My mind's gone blank. People would say, yeah, because it's not people would say, this is what you've said yourself. I just want to never fight for that. Give me, write me that check. Is this a money chase, or is this, you trying to change your life?
Obviously, I need the money to make my kids have a better life. That's my aim.
And yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some money, but I'm used to being skint now. But I was thinking about it the other day in bed on my own. I actually won a world title. I've never fought for a world title. So Tom, my manager, he said to me, get fit, one fight, then final eliminators for titles. And he believes I can win a world title. And as soon as I get an opportunity to fight for the world title, I think the best to come out of me, I do.
So the best is still yet to come?
I think so. Because I'm looking back at my videos now every time I train, and I thought, oh shit, I've slowed down. I'm getting faster. Yeah. I'm stronger. I haven't checked my weight because I'm probably about 9 stone. I fight at 8, but I'm really strong. I wouldn't have tier 2 muscles if I ain't getting stronger.
100%. Yeah.
And I'm happy with that.
Obviously, you said you were showing me your collarbone earlier as well.
Yeah.
Like, you've obviously had these injuries now. How far off are you, do you reckon you are from being fit enough to start fighting again?
Well, the 2 tears should be fine. I got physio again Wednesday.
So what's actually happened? What's happened?
There's a tear there and a tear in my bicep. That's from whacking the bag so hard without warming up. But this one, if you want to get on camera, see that hanging on my...
Whoa.
That, I fell off a mountain bike.
Look at that, right on the Olympic tattoo.
I fell off a mountain bike.
2021, that says.
Yeah, I fell off a mountain bike. It snapped off the shoulder and the ligament snapped. I was meant to have an operation, but...
Your shoulder looks like a set of stairs. Literally.
But yeah, because I'm eating my vegetables, I don't need no up.
Yeah. So
what? Oh, go on. Sorry, Luke.
How has that affected you now? Like those injuries.
When I done the actual bike run, I weren't boxing. I just got back into boxing, and it was killing. But now I can punch hard as I can with it. It's just I got to get these tears they'll be done by Saturday. Now I'm going to start my sparring. When I start my sparring, within 3 weeks, I'm fight fit. But my main aim is to get out late March or early April.
Nice.
Because I got to do my medical. I got to have a meeting with the boxing board because my last meeting, they said, because you're on community service and all that, you've got to get your hours done, you've got to see a psychiatrist. I've done all that now. And they said, taking my license back. So my plan is now, at the end of the month, I'm going to have a meeting with the board. I'm going to ring them and tell them, look, where's my license now? They should see online that I'm doing everything right. And obviously, I'll have to go and have a meeting in there then with Tony. And Clayton will come with me as well, because they're both helping me out. Tony, I go to Tony's for my sparring. He's going to be...
Shout out Tony Board.
Yeah,
Board.
He's in my corner, obviously. Because I struggle to get to Newport, and I'm liking the training I'm doing with Clayton. I'm up at 5:30 in the morning.
What's I was going to say,
Even though Andrew got injuries, he's still training. He's done a lot of
I'm
road
still in the
work.
gym every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Regimental. That's the way to be, man.
So the question is, do you believe that Andrew can come back and win a belt?
Of course. You know what I mean? The talent he got, yeah.
What's your two relationship like then?
Well, he used to hide from me.
Tell us a bit about any run-ins you've had
No,
with him.
we're close. I love me. I haven't got a bad bone in his body. Andrew's, I respect him. He's the most talented thing I've ever seen in my whole life. He's great.
You listening, bro?
Yeah,
I teach his chess.
he's so proud of me, man.
I always have been, though.
it's proper,
Do you know what I
man.
mean? I've always has been.
What's your typical day like then in training for you two?
Chess and train.
So you're
Right,
training the
half-
mind as well.
5:30 we're up. We do our training at 6. And then we meet in town about 12.
We go and get a Greg's.
We have our food. Healthy Greg's though. Then he might find this upsetting. He can't beat me in chess.
Move! Googles his moves.
That's my brother.
Oh, yeah.
That's his excuse for everyone, isn't it? Googles his moves.
But the real chess champ is some guy called Jim. But he's a bit shy at the moment.
Oh, you're going to Russia, didn't you?
Yeah.
For a chess tournament.
What? Yeah, you know, listen, like, everyone has like something they're good at, like in it, and like some of us don't pursue it, or we stop it. It could be, you know, music, it could be sports, whatever. It could just be something, you know, you're good at in your field, and you'll see other people in there doing well when you take your foot off the pedal. I know myself in certain things, in certain fields, like I think, what is this guy doing here? Like, I should be. Do you have that in boxing? Are you looking at some of these fighters like, what is this plonker doing?
Every time I watch on my weight or a couple of weights above me, like I seen Michael Conlon fighting Lee Wood, right, for the world title. I beat Michael Conlon 3 times. Lee Wood, the world champion, I beat him twice. It upsets me in their featherweight. Cal Yafai, he's a really good mate of mine. We boxed, he's beat me, but I beat him. And he's a world champion. Charlie Edwards, he won a world title. I beat him.
Clayton's laughing here.
Yeah, it's true, though.
I boxed so many. It's a few world champions. I can't even remember their names I've beat. And I see these people on my weight. I'm like, it's upsetting. Sometimes I want to cry. Sometimes I go for a run.
Well, there's no reason why you can't, you know, jump.
No, that's it. And obviously, Tom, my manager, because he was on the Olympic team with me, he knows the more I fight, the better I get. So he has set that up for me, and I'm just looking forward to the future.
Well, you said I think it was an interview you done. I don't know when it was.
No, I think you said that. And
Yeah, I said it last time.
No,
last
but
time
because
you
you're
done
an
it.
Olympic, because you was an Olympic fighter, you're used to fighting one after the other. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like.
Yeah, that's it.
What is it? Anyone else in that Olympic team? Obviously, you had Joshua. Like I think you had what's the black girl called? Natalie had.
Natasha Jones.
Sasha.
Is that her name? Yeah.
Natasha
and then you've
Jones.
got
No, and
Natalie,
Nicola Adams.
Nicola Adams. Yeah, not Natalie Adams.
I
Sorry.
used to spar on them, yeah.
Knock
See,
it
not
out.
Joshua.
No, but like you had Anthony Ogogo. Is there anyone else in that like GB team that is still relevant or no?
What do you mean relevant? What do you
Like
mean?
still out there boxing, like, you know.
Oh, as a pro?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
like
Anthony Joshua.
apart from Anthony Joshua. Sorry. Like, what happened to that Agogo? Like, is he just?
He had sort of shoulder injury, and then he went on to that Diamond show. He went more into like celebrity things.
Yeah.
And that's more his style because he's a bit vain. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's a
handsome
good kid.
bastard.
Yeah, handsome. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Eh?
Savannah Marshall, she's world champion now. The girls are smashing it. Chantal Cameron, she's got 3 of the titles. She's fighting for the undisputed, I think. So, do you know what I mean?
Barry as well. Going back to Barry, like you and your brother, obviously holding like the boxing name for Barry. Like, but Clayton was a good boxer. Is there any other great boxers that have come out of Barry over the years, or?
There's been a few fighters. I don't know how far they've gone. There's he's just moved to Barry now. What's his name? The runner. I was running in Barry.
Colin Jackson. I'm joking.
I can't. He's always running.
Bruce.
I can't remember his name now. He's. Don't want to. I've gone blank.
All right then. This is going to move me swiftly on then. So this is like the fun part now, yeah. So first of all, I think Luca got some fight predictions here and some names he wants to talk
from
about.
both of you. I just want to basically.
So let's just talk about these fights.
A few fights coming up. We just want to get both your predictions on these fights now. So the first one is obviously Liam Williams and Eubank Jr.
Well, this one I reckon, because it's in Cardiff, innit? I'm actually going to that fight.
Point Arena.
Yeah, I've got tickets for him. My mate Ben Lacey bought me a ticket. Thanks, Ben. Well, I reckon because it's in Cardiff, I'm hoping all the fans don't get to Liam, and Liam goes in there trying to kill him because that's what Eubank won.
He thrives off it.
Yeah, and Eubank will love a war because he can punch himself, Eubank, and take a shot. If Liam smarts him, then like outboxes him, but in a bullying way. Do you know what I mean? Make him miss, hit him hard, then he'll win.
I think Williams, he's a very forward worker.
Yeah,
he likes to walk into people.
Get to him when they and even do it more.
Yeah,
if I was him, I wouldn't do that. I'd make him miss, hit him with spiteful shots, then move and make him miss again. And then he'll win the fight. But I can't predict it. It's
50-50.
Yeah,
it is very close.
If you had to take one.
I can't say. I really can't.
Clay,
what do you think, Clay?
Even though Eubanks' father was my idol, I don't really like little Eubanks.
What, personality is or a boxer?
Not dislike him because I don't know him type of thing, but as a boxer.
Okay, his ability in boxing.
In true saying that, actually, I'm going to go with Williams because he was with Sheffield. He was trained up in Sheffield. In Ingle gym. And I've been there a few times sparring. And he's learned to... what they do in Sheffield, in the Ingle gym, they learn you both stance. And obviously, when I seen him, he's doing that now, and he's doing that naturally. So I think that might better him on the fight. Because say Eubank come rushing in, he won't go like left or right. He can just step back and hit him with a left hand because he's southpaw.
That's what I reckon he needs to do, man.
He can use those skills.
Yeah. Who you going with then, Clay? Do you reckon?
I'll go with the same.
Yeah,
Williams.
What about then Usyk and Joshua?
Usyk.
Is it?
I've been all over the world with the pair of them, but Usyk more because Joshua started late.
Yeah,
and Usyk's defense does it for me because all he has to do, he keeps his hands up and he's amazing on his feet, in and out, making them miss. Joshua gets tired after 5-6, and that's when he goes to work.
How old's Joshua now?
Yeah, he's my age, but a tiny bit, a couple of months younger. But the thing is, if Joshua goes all out and don't try and box with him, Joshua can knock him out.
Yeah.
But I just think Usyk's still too clever.
Well, who do you think has more power out of those two?
Oh, Joshua. By a mile. But
I think he just got that punching luck now with Usyk, haven't he?
But yeah, but Usyk is, you can't beat a skillful fighter like that. The experience says
he
it all.
schooled him, didn't he, really?
Yeah. As
much as I like Joshua, I just can't see it.
Before you go on to the next one, and before you take your predictions, what do you think on Derek Chisora and him like trying to carry on fighting and like what's your take on that? Do you think there should be a cut off, or there should be some sort of license where people just say, listen, pack it in now, lad?
Yeah, he's an entertainer, Chisora, because people like to see him go nuts at the weigh-in and all that.
Yeah. He still brings
Boxing
the
is that.
spurs on seats, don't he?
I think that should have been his last fight now. He's fought everyone. He's got all the money, and I know he hasn't got no belts, but do you know what I mean? He can live a happy life now, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of hating on every boxer he boxes, because he always tries to slap him at the weigh-in and that.
Yeah.
I mean, but I heard he's a really nice guy. He always buys them burgers after the fight, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was always on a Five Guys thing, isn't
Yeah, so he's meant to be a really nice guy. Obviously, he's all for camera and that stuff, slapping and stuff, but
Oh, okay.
he might have a wife and kids. There's no point of going on that late. You could get hurt.
Yeah, well, you'd think so after the last defeat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a tough fight,
You
wasn't
think
it?
he'd hang the gloves up. But the next one...
No, wait there, sorry. I took you all off track, so sorry, yeah. Joshua, you said Usyk, didn't you?
Yeah.
Clayton?
I go for Joshua. Anyone who wins the Olympic gold medal is talented.
Yeah,
He's
but Usyk
proper.
did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
No. But I love Joshua. Like,
Yeah.
Jimmy. I think he's...
What do you think about his career now and where it's going?
Well, he's been more of a, like Andrew himself, he's been more of a poster boy, hasn't he, since the Olympics. He's done the virtual things. Do you know what I'm trying to say? A lot of them, haven't he?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he trains with McCracken, don't he? I mean, he's great, Rob.
Yeah. He's been there from it.
Yeah, long time, man.
Yeah, they used to train together. McCracken.
Did you?
We went to Canada.
McCracken told me a story about it.
So hang on a minute, sorry, when you was boxing, this is, can you tell us? Let's
Go on, what's the
elaborate this story.
Yeah, but I won't say the bad part. Rob said to me, he goes, Clayton, he said Clayton was one of the most talented fighters I ever seen. I goes, why? He goes, we were on a plane, right, on our way to some tournament. I'm not sure where to. And I turned around, Clayton's on the plane, wrecked. And he's fighting the next day, mine, Clayton. He goes in there for pair trainers, Clayton. He's fighting the best Cuban.
Hector Vincent.
Hector Vincent, two-time Olympic champion. And Clayton was in there with an hangover, he said, Rob. He was still pissed, more like. And he lost by 1 point against a two-time Olympian. That's how good you are.
Imagine
But
you're just sober.
you could say some names who he's fought.
Tell me about it.
And they won more titles.
Can you
Eamon
elaborate?
McGee.
Eamon McGee, Adrian Stone.
Like some good names. Eamon McGee was an Irish gangster.
Yeah.
You nuts, you are.
Listen, I've heard
He boxed Ricky
that
Hatton.
you was a great boxer as well, like, and you could have went.
Well, what makes you is other people. If everyone says
You're
you're
right.
great, you're great,
You're
you're
right.
great, or you're handsome, or do you know what I mean? You're ugly, you know. It's true though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what makes you is other people telling you that.
Yeah.
That's true. Very true. Khan and Brooke.
I love Cam, but he's chinny.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
He's what?
Chinny.
Chinny, yeah. Glass. Sure.
Glass.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's like Ben. Ben was good. But he was chinny in another one. You know, when you get knocked out in your career 3 or 4 times, he's KO'd. It's not.
Shaky, innit?
Very shaky. It's true though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you see him getting knocked out then? Do you
Yeah, well, he's
Brooke
always
has that
getting
Like
on
we
now
said,
as
this is
well.
long overdue, this fight,
Yeah,
innit? But it's
yeah,
good
it
to
is
see.
long overdue.
Yeah.
But he's getting on as well, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
They
So-
both are, though, aren't they? Really,
Yeah.
you know. Cal's looking, you know, a bit worse for wear, I'd say.
Yeah.
Gives up, Cal, when it comes tough. My opinion, Khan's going to stop him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've trained with both of them. I remember in Team GB, Fred Evans was sparring Cal Brook and me and Cal Brook get out. And Khan, he's got the speed. And I've seen some sparring matches of Khan in a while, Jim. The punches he gets hit with, right? How he should have died off the shots and he still stands up. And I'm starting to think maybe all those tough sparrings got to him in the ring because it's completely different when he's got to wear 10 ounces. But I really think, because this past his sell-by date, I really think he's going to stop him in like 8 or 9 rounds.
Nice.
But if Brook catches him, he can knock him out.
I think Khan got a lot more to lose than Brook. Just I know that at the end of their careers, I just feel like Cal Brook.
Yeah,
is
Brook
just,
was
like,
retired, wasn't he?
Yeah. I just think Khan like. He got more to lose in the sense of like again with Joshua, these people. He's been on TV. He's done these things, and
He's
people.
higher
He's
profile.
more iconic.
Yeah,
Like,
like
he's
Khan's
more-
actually been
I would
knocked out a
say-
few times, but it's still got this like
Yeah,
aura
It's
around
sad.
him with this Amir Khan.
because he's a skillful boxer.
Yeah,
he
he's
looks the
talented.
part, don't
Yeah,
he?
he does. To be fair,
Yeah. But what's going on with Fury now? Then who's he looking to be fighting next? Then
I did see some going in Insta the other day, but I know they're lining Dillian White up for him, and they.
yeah.
Dillian White. Yeah.
What do you
It's
think
just
of
like 2.5
them
years he's waited, you know. I think Fury has beat him. I think Fury beats everyone. The only tough one Fury would have against is Usyk, and I still stand by that.
Really?
Yeah, all the
I
time.
think Usyk's got definitely up there with one of the best. Now.
He's just sick. Isn't he?
He's just a beast.
See-
Footwork, he's clever.
Yeah,
The-
he's
You
so
find
technical.
ways how to get
My
around those
opinion.
shots.
I know.
Sorry, Ian. My opinion, like Fury's just shocked me over the years. Like, you know, 'cause he is a good boxer.
He's amazing.
He's good. He is.
I always
For
thought
the big-
growing up, like when in his younger days, before he went to Dusseldorf, I just thought he was just this shit. This
Yeah,
mouthy
yeah,
boxer.
yeah.
I didn't even think
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I think he's got better over the years.
Yeah.
He has gone better over the years, yeah. Because obviously, like he said, he was when he went through depression and all that, he didn't like training and stuff. Since he got over that, he's a happy man. Like I said in the last show, didn't I? A happy man is a happy
Dangerous.
fighter is dangerous,
Yeah.
and he's enjoying it. And he's not doing it for himself anymore. He's doing it for all people with mental health now.
Well,
that's
his
what
old
I-
man
he's got a
wants
lot
him
to
to
lose.
retire, don't he?
Yeah. I see that in you too. You know,
Yeah.
with Joshua, with Fury's first trainer, what was his name? With the first fight with Wilder.
Don't worry.
The
He's,
Cockney
he's
lad.
Josh, he's Josh Taylor's trainer now. isn't he?
I forgot his name.
Ben Davison. Yeah.
Ben
Ben
Davis.
Davis, yeah.
Thanks.
Davis.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jordan. Jordan's in the background, but there.
Big up Jordan over
Big up
there.
Shepty in the corner. Yeah, he's up for hire now for DJs now. COVID's locked down. No, but
They had a good relationship, didn't they?
I
Ben
see
and
that with
Davis?
you two, like
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's more of like it's not just boxing; it's the life and the connection you've got. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I say, I love him to bits, man. He's a good boy. Good boy. Even though I've known him all my life, but now we've been training together. It's a big
The
difference.
connection's better
Do you
now.
know what I mean?
Because they
And
do.
we're flowing. We are flowing.
We're flowing.
Yeah, and
flow
they-
state.
And it's
And they-
good. It's good.
They do say a trainer and a boxer is like a father-son relationship.
Yeah.
It gets to that point. It's blood, sweat, and tears. And obviously, next Saturday, when this recovered, we're picking up training 3 times a day now, and
We're up
he's
in the
going to
pace.
see me. He's going to see me angry. He's dieting. He's going to get pissed off sometimes. Do you know what I mean? So this
the
is
fun
gets
begins.
yeah, it gets tough.
See, well, what I do as well, I try and do what he can do. I can't, but I can do so much.
Just to show, like, look,
Yeah, if
going through it together,
and
type of thing. Like
He's
it's not
fitter
just you.
now than he ever was.
ever was.
So you basically both probably elevated each other. You know, you probably
Yeah,
benefited each other.
the thing is with Andrews because he should have done it years ago, but now I'm where I should be, where I have dreams about the referee putting my hand up for the world title type of thing, but it don't happen.
You can
he
live
never,
that
he never
now
puts
within.
my hand up, but now I dream about. I've always wanted him to do well.
Yeah.
I don't want anything
That's
off
it.
him.
That's
all I
what
want
exactly
to see him
what you need
to
as
be
well,
there
yeah.
and do
That's
it.
sick.
Well, it was one thing. Like before the Olympics, I promised him a bungalow. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
if I make it big time, I'd probably
got
go in next door to him.
In Barry,
Just on the outskirts.
Roos, Dennis Powis, watch
Do
out.
you know what? It's a nice
Friars Point.
place. There's some nice places down Barry.
Down in that.
Oh, it's
yeah.
lovely down there. But unfortunately, you get some snakes. That's all.
Yeah.
But
You get that everywhere.
it's
mate.
everywhere.
Like,
yeah,
you'll never get
Barry's a lovely place. Everyone loves their hometown, don't they?
That's it, man.
Go on, Clay. What was you going to say?
No, I was going to say, Barry, the people, I don't know about the people, that's up to them. I do know them, but you get good ones and bad ones. But with Barry, it is a beautiful place. Where do you know in this country we got 6 beaches?
Oh, yeah.
It is 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
Rest
got
way.
Puff Caddy, yeah. Then you got the island. Then you got Jackson's Bay, the Nap, Pebbly Beach.
The old Pebbly.
What's that one?
Sully as well, Captain's
So
wife.
yeah, well,
You know,
it's
Sully.
six, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's beautiful, man, isn't
Isn't
it?
it?
Yeah.
What would you?
Shame about the water.
I know it is a bit dark in it, but what would you?
If you swallow water, there you go, get tetanus.
It's mad though, isn't it? You know, the further west you go, so you know, like Bridgend, you know, Port Talbot gets a bit rough again.
Yeah.
But then if you go past Port Talbot, it gets like it's mad, isn't it? Them industrial cities like Cardiff Beach is the worst. Have you seen it? It's
Blick,
mate, it's
man.
terrible.
Oh, actually, I've been there.
Where did we go the other week? To the sponsors.
Lannetley.
No, definitely, yes, lovely down there.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Just the more west you go.
Yeah.
If you could describe Barry in a few words,
Sex, rock and roll. I think
people
Barry is
portray it as Gavin and Stacey, but like
No.
for your eyes,
Barry-
it's Barry.
Barry is a wicked place in the summer. It's booming. Everyone's happy. It's obviously it's just like all other places. You get your little small rough corners, but everyone at the end of the day, Barry people, they will also support each other if it comes down to it.
Yeah.
So it's a small town. Well, it's the biggest town in Wales, Barry.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a fact. Biggest town in Wales. But it's small, but big at the same time. But everyone stays by each other.
Really? It's bigger than Merthyr and that, is it?
I heard it's the biggest town in Wales, Barry.
That's a shock, isn't it?
You know,
Fucking hell.
fair play. All right, well, I know
Is
you've got
it?
some names as well,
Yeah,
haven't
so
you?
I've
But
got a few.
obviously, you can take out the...
Yeah, well, we've already done a few. So what I'll do, I'll just got a few boxing names now and just say a couple words about them or one word or whatever. So the first name is Anthony Joshua. Obviously, we spoke about him, but...
Fighting you two.
No, like, just what you think about him, like...
Just in one word, if you could describe
Yeah.
each boxer, he'll name.
Anthony Joshua, he's a really nice, loving, caring guy. Because obviously I've spent many years living with him. So yeah, he's humble.
His feet smell?
He's got some big feet in him, man.
I could tell a sicker story if I wanted to. I told you in the
I
gym,
can tell
didn't
you
I?
a few too.
But yeah, I got some stories about
Sorry,
every
Joe.
Team GB member. But yeah, he's a
I'll
wicked
just
guy.
Hold him to that, innit?
Skillful.
Nice. Tyson Fury.
When I haven't spoke to him for years, it was about 8 years ago when I was on Team GB with him, and I shared a room with him about 3 times. He was so shy, loving, caring. He kept himself to himself.
Mad, yeah.
Yeah,
Humble, that's the one word.
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
say,
I didn't know he was in
Yeah.
Team GB.
yeah.
I never knew
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He didn't win.
It was when
that,
it first.
but
It was like when it first started. In like, I think it started about 2007,
Okay.
like
you was-
2006.
fucking
Yeah,
hell.
Canelo.
Bad man.
I don't like him. He's a roidhead.
Serious.
Why, he's on roids?
I think he's on something to cheat. How can I say he's in red meat? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Yeah. He's
And he's smashing through the weights like
And his
that.
head is massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you watch him, if you see him against Mayweather weighing, and see him now weighing in, and like sometimes
Oh, he's a totally different person.
Yeah.
I got told by a bodybuilder, right, that you can only put an inch of muscle on a year. So how was he gone that big? And that's by a bodybuilder, I got told.
What do you think, Clayton?
I love Canelo. I like him.
Do you reckon he's on the roids or what? On the test?
I reckon he's
Who
cheating.
knows?
I reckon he's
I
cheating
know.
in somehow.
Who knows?
I thought you get tested for that. I think that's
Randomly, but
Right.
he got caught, didn't he? And he blamed it on the meat. A few Mexicans get
Oh
caught.
yeah.
Blamed on the red meat.
He's a fucking, and
But
who's testing him?
boxing wise, he's class, isn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
ain't one of the belts he runs, like, ain't the WB thing
Yeah,
Mexican?
yeah.
And they look,
The president- the president-
ruin a
He's
Mexican
such
guy.
a big thing for Mexico.
For Mexico,
Yeah.
we can't be like,
Because
saying?
he's WBC president, the guy from Mexico. Do you know what I mean?
they're not going to fucking shoot their own, are they, really?
No.
I don't think he's. I think he's definitely cheating. I do, but he's a class boxer. He's a beast. Like
He's talented anyway, definitely.
yeah.
Next one, David Hay,
Ooh.
the Haymaker.
When he was what weight do you speak? Not
He
the
was-
heavyweight cruiser, was it?
He was, I think he was
When
both
he
ways.
fought-
Box heads
won
and
the full
Battletti and
heavyweight,
all
didn't
that.
he?
Yeah.
when around them days, I couldn't see no one beating him. He was class. But then after that,
It was a boring time in boxing, I thought that was. I mean,
Yeah,
heavyweight
yeah.
boxing.
Especially with Audley Harrison.
Do you know what I'm
He
saying?
must have stole his gold medal because I don't know he won it. Honest.
I know. Yeah.
Mad.
What do you think of Audley Addison?
Shit. Truth.
Mad how he had that go.
No, he stole it. He stole it, man.
Class.
Joe Cordina.
Class fighter. Got some memories of Joe. He's a good boy, Joe, man. Yeah, he sometimes gets a bit shy, but he's a great crack at the same time. He trains really hard. He reminds me of my brother. He's so dedicated. Very, very dedicated.
He's just come off the back of another victory now, haven't he? Do you
Yeah,
reckon
yeah.
he deserves a title fight now?
Yeah, I think his next fight will be a world title fight because I watched an interview with him. I think he was with Yuko when he was playing golf.
Yeah. I interviewed him up the.
And I speak to him on Snapchat, and he did say after his next fight he's going to be fighting for the world title. So
Nice, it'd be
all
good.
the best of luck to him.
Good to see that, innit, boys?
Yeah, because if anyone
It
deserves
seems like
he
it's
does.
longly awaited with Cordina.
Yeah.
Like same as when I thought with you, but I didn't realise that you was just fucking, away with the fairies at the time. But I'm
Yeah.
thinking, Andrew Selby, you was something, but I didn't know that you was, having problems outside of boxing.
Yeah.
But it just seems the same with Cordina. I know, like, he was the Olympic team after, weren't it? But
Yeah.
it just seems like it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, the future
Yeah.
for Welsh boxing looks exciting now, don't
Yeah,
it? Like,
Yeah, man.
Last one, Joe Kawasaki.
What a fighter. I seen a thing the other day who would have won out of Kawasaki and Canelo. Before I ask you that, I think Kawasaki was unbeatable. Anyone who stepped into his way, he would have smashed. But what do you think of Kawasaki and Canelo fighting? Super middle.
I think Kawasaki.
I mean,
Yeah, he was just untouchable, wasn't
everyone was saying Kawasaki,
he?
see?
Yeah.
And
Here
that's
we
what I
go.
thought.
Here we go.
Well,
I really like Kawasaki.
Joe's great. He done what he done, But
Well, which was a lot, really.
look-
everything.
Yeah.
He done
I
everything,
think-
and he never lost type
Yeah.
thing. But there was like a couple of fights which were closer than they should have been.
Oh, yeah.
It
Kessler.
was Robin Reed, a friend with Rob. I watched it the other day. The fight. It was closer than.
What his earlier fights would you say then?
Yeah. But
He was good, Robin.
Jeff Lacey's and that.
Joe is the same as Andrew. Andrew switches so naturally. Joe switches so naturally, but no one switches like him and his brother. They don't. Do you know what I mean? So.
Nice.
All right then. What's and the last?
So, just out of all boxers now, well, Welsh boxers, if you had to pick four for a round, Mount Rushmore, who would those boxers be?
For the what?
Start with Andrew.
Like, if you had like a Mount Rushmore, like their faces, out of all the Welsh boxers, who would those four be?
My brother.
Lee.
Kawasaki.
You?
Myself.
Nice.
And no, actually, not myself. Joe Cordina and Fred Evans.
I think
Wow.
I think
We don't-
I think
I
you-
think
I
you-
think there's a space coming if you did come
Yeah.
in it. 100%.
Yeah, but Fred Evans, he's retired now, but
That's who.
he's one of the boys who would have made a fight. He made professionals look silly.
That's what Cordina was saying, wasn't it? He was on about that Fred Evans.
Yeah.
Is he a traveller boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother
said-
texted me this morning, this is mad, saying, no, I'm with Fred. They were in Split Market together.
What, this morning?
Yeah, this morning.
Right.
It's mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Clayton? If like obviously you just said Andrew. Who
It's
would
got to
yours?
be Andrew and Lee up there. Joe, of course. And
Cordina.
myself.
Oh, Kawasaki.
Oh, saying that,
Cordina.
Cordina.
This is anyone in Wales, lads.
Yeah.
You just go with who you think would be your. Who are your? It doesn't mean it's them. It's your top four. Who's your top four? Let's to reiterate.
What, in Wales?
Yeah, just to reiterate. Who was your top four? Welsh
What, rankings?
Just
Just-
like that photo there.
Yeah, though I said then Fred, Joe, my brother, and other Joe.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was five, the Matchstick Man as well, because he was amazing, and then the way he died and stuff. I heard like when
Change boxing.
they stretched him out, and all the Mexicans now are from
cups of piss on his dead
Fucking
body
hell.
as they were dragging
Yeah,
him out.
sorry, who's this?
The Magic Man from
Welsh?
Merthyr. What was his name?
Johnny Owen.
Johnny Owen.
He
Oh,
changed
he
boxing.
died in
What,
Mexico,
out
did
of
he?
the ring, in the ring, is
Yeah,
it?
because he was so skinny, and he was a featherweight. He was so skinny, he snapped his jaw and went poof into his brain or something like that.
Fucking hell.
And I was watching on some documentary, and as they were dragging him out, the Mexicans
He changed
throwing cups of
boxing.
piss on him, and he's
Changed
dead.
boxing.
What?
Because
was
they
dead.
then-
No way.
And they
Well,
put,
they had to put
there's
the
a
age gap
statue
up
of
to
him
10.
somewhere.
The bottom of Merthyr.
Yeah, and he deserves
By the
to be on
town
it.
centre.
Yeah,
There's
he
two-
deserves to be anywhere.
There's two boxes. There's one by the Blue Radisson, the Radisson
There's
Blue
one over
Hotel.
there. Yeah, I think that's is it
Howard
Minter
Driscoll,
or
isn't it?
Howard Winster?
Howard Winston.
Oh, Winston, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that's
there's
it.
the one at Merthyr. That must be Johnny Owen's one, though.
Yeah, because he was from Merthyr. Yeah,
What do you mean he changed boxing?
Well,
because when he died, no, yeah.
when he
go on.
died, they had to put the age gap up to 10. You could go in the gym. I boxed when I was 9.
He was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
They
was
had to
trying
put
to be
the-
8.
yeah.
That's fucked
So,
up.
so really, he changed boxing. Put the age gap up.
All right, let's talk about brothers in boxing then. Obviously, Lee and Andrew Selby.
Superstars.
First of all, what's going on with your brother now? Like, what's his next step?
He's got a final eliminator against some Argentinian. He's unbeaten, high knockout ratio. And my brother's in works for that, training for that. He's waiting for, I think it's gone to purse bids. So whoever wins purse bids, and he's just waiting for that then. So he's training once a day, usually trains 3 times. He's just taking over, getting ready. He's never unfit. He's always fit. He got his own gym in his house. So that's what he's looking forward to. He's just a family man. Stays in, trains, looks after his kids.
Yeah,
He does his hunting, that's it.
fair play to Lee. All right, then. Look, I want to know what you think about these brothers in boxing now, then. So first of all, the Klitschko brothers.
Class fighters. And they're nice people. I've met them. I went to Ukraine for the WBC invention. They're nice people as well.
Sonny and Charlie Edwards.
Yeah, well, I get on both of them. Sonny's a class fighter. But I still seem to think some of his style is similar to mine. So that would be a really game of chess fight. But I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve I've been learning. And Charlie, yeah, he's a good boy. We are on Team GB together. We boxed, and yeah, he's moved up a weight now. He's a heavier weight. He's looking for his second world title fight. So all the best of luck to him.
And finally, Jake and Logan Paul.
Pair of tampons. And they, no, do you know why? It gets me ratty because people like that, you got people who train their asses off all year around. Some of them train on their birthday, Christmas Day, and they get some people they do 4-round fight and they get like £800. These idiots are fighting 3 rounds for 50 odd million or something. Never done boxing. In that boxing's got a diet. Do you know what I mean? Missed parties, missed weddings and stuff.
They can choose
So
if
I
they want to
think-
fight when they want.
Yeah, I think it's unfair.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Put him in with a real boxer,
I said that.
Canelo. Let him fill him in.
Because I don't even think Mayweather's plausible with Logan, because I just think it's for the money. He ain't even really fighting. Like,
No.
you need to go against someone who's a real boxer, because it just ain't weighing up. I said, I don't think Tommy Fury, even if he did fight Jake Paul, it wouldn't even be a plausible boxer to fight, I don't think. I don't think Tommy Fury's a great boxer to weigh up against this Jake Paul. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Because
it,
they're always fighting these UFC fighters.
think
and
Jake
it's making them
Paul's,
stupid.
any good at boxing though?
Do you know what? I think he's done boxing before on the sly because there's no way he knows what
He
he's
looks
doing.
like he knows his way around.
Do you
the
know
ring.
what? People might call me crazy. I think Fury pulled out because he was
Scared.
He had
Scared.
something to lose.
He did have something to lose.
Boxing
Really?
has changed so much. I mean, years ago, you had the likes of Agler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Thomas
Wouldn't
Hearns.
hide, would they? They'd fight each other.
They were probably-
Everyone would fight everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays, it's about
Yeah.
undefeated,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shit. Like, I think it should be more about. Obviously, you don't want to lose,
No,
but you want to see him fight him. But now it's all political and
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
with money, realistically.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, of course. Of course.
So what you rathers, I ask everyone, are you a mild or a spice?
I used to be
the worst spice head ever. Not that way. Not that way.
Oh, so we weren't just alcohol.
That come out bad. But no, that's it. I'd live on curry, right?
What was that when you had in India?
Oh, we went to India for a month tournament. I think it was Commonwealth Games.
The Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, and we had
Tournament.
we can find no English food. It was in curry for breakfast, curry for dinner, and curry for lunch. But I used to love
Sweating
it.
curry.
But now, obviously, when I used to, because I went too far after drinking, it's messed up my insides. I can't handle spice.
What, the curry?
anymore. Yeah, I can't. No, when I drank so much, it messed up my insides. So I can't.
You brought
If
one.
I eat our curry, it would come straight out.
You brought one of them spices back, didn't you?
Oh, what I did? No, what I done? I bought a pack of the hottest chilies in the world,
Yeah.
and I was giving them to all my
Carolina
mates.
Reapers or something like that.
Yeah, at the time there was ghost chili peppers. Them ones.
Yeah.
Everyone was spewing their lungs up and everything. Man, it was mad.
Are you a flat earth or a round earth?
Flat.
Really? You believe in a flat earth?
Well, my third eye's
Did you
open.
hear that,
Yeah,
Shane?
trust me.
No, but I'm into
That's
all
tattoos
that
you got in
stuff.
your arms, bro.
Yeah, I
Is it?
know there's a triangle on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, brother. I sleep with one eye open.
Sell my soul to the devil.
I hope
That's
not,
what they
bro.
do, don't they?
Yeah.
That's why I'm so good at boxing. I'm joking.
You're going to be whacked soon. I'm joking. If you could explore one of these, deep sea or deep space,
Deep sea.
yeah. And if you could have two superpowers, one for yourself and one to change humanity, what would they be?
One for myself, be invisible. I hate being centre of attention. And what was the other question?
For humanity, a superpower to help.
I might get killed for this. Wipe out the government.
Fucking hell.
I know.
Or change. What about change the government?
Yeah, change.
Yeah, change
sorry,
it.
change. I'd be shocked now in the lift. The
It'd
lift
be
just
anarchy, innit? Like, yeah.
But someone got to speak out, John.
Yeah.
Any
know.
particular reason, bro?
Because all this COVID stuff, they're jamming all this stuff into us to make us addicted to it. Then in the end, we're all going to be little puppets, and they're going to go like that to us.
Are you a vax or anti-vax?
I've been vaxxed twice, but only because of boxing reasons. I was meant to have my booster at 9 o'clock this morning, and I was meant to have it on Christmas Eve. But I'm not going to do it until the boxing board tells me to.
What about you, Clayton?
Truth. They'll have to section me before I have them.
Fair enough.
It's too early, innit?
You heard it first. You heard it here
No one
first.
knows. No one
Yeah,
knows today. It's like
I just don't like the
check
way
that.
they fucking people. If you're not, if
you're-
you got your choice,
You're sanctioned.
people
Yeah.
are looking at you and
Yeah.
they got a mask on and they cover their mouth. Like,
Yeah.
it's like get
I
a
know.
grip, like
I've
It's
heard
bad.
you had COVID.
I'm
man.
always polite.
Yeah.
I always open
I've never
doors
had
for
it, touch
people.
wood.
they don't even want to know no more.
I just think it's a call.
I even when
Yeah,
we're
it is
same
the flu,
walking
bro.
down.
Yeah, and they're making
up
it
the
worse
street.
than what
Don't
it
get me
is.
wrong.
And I move out
It was
the way.
bad, but
I move out the way
fucking
polite anyway, and they look at me like I'm scum. It's not good, man.
Oh, mate, it's not like in this. The opening the doors for people. It's just ain't a courtesy no more, is it?
No,
Do you know what I mean?
They expect it.
Is there any last words you want to say to the people watching? Anything
Yeah.
about your comeback? Anything anything down there positive?
Um,
People who are struggling with addictions, maybe this is your 5 minutes to
Is
put
there
it out
3
there.
things I could say?
Yeah, well, Jacob
So-
Robinson said 25 things. So love you, Jake.
Just one. I want to thank one of my sponsors, Guelt Bistro Supplements, and I'm also looking for sponsors at the moment. You can catch me on Instagram, Selby006, and Andrew Selby Andrew AC on Facebook. And there's another one. I would like to thank everyone helping me, Clayton, all the people at Queensbury Boxing Gym. If any of you adults want to start boxing, come down, because me and Clayton are training people, and there's a lot of people down there now. And in the future, we're gonna try and make it into a massive academy. And and people who suffer in depression and stuff, please speak out. There's times I've wanted to do stuff myself. Please speak out, and you can get the help. If not, even give me a message, and I can answer any question I can to help.
Nice,
Thank
man.
you so much, Andrew.
Thank you very much,
you guys.
Thank you, mate.
Wicked,
Honestly,
man.
it's been a
No,
pleasure.
welcome.
Pleasure.
Honestly,
Thank
we've
you,
made it
mate.
again, bro.
Old school,
Thank you
man.
very much, man.
Listen, guys.
Nice one, man.
Nice one for
Thank
coming
you.
down.
If there's anyone out there who wants to follow Andrew's journey, support Andrew's journey and Clayton's, get him up on social media. I hope you enjoyed, guys. It's been very inspiring, guys. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best in the future,
man.
and hopefully we can see a fight with you in the new year. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, all that jazz. Stay central.
Stay central.
Stay safe.
Everyone stay central.
The Central Club.